I'm Suzy Annetta and I'm the editor-in-chief and publisher and co-founder of Design Anthology. I didn't want to kind of cut off this big space into smaller areas because otherwise it defeats the purpose of having such a nice big open space. So I kind of divided it up, I suppose, in other ways by the rug in the living room, which kind of creates this small room within a room. And then the kitchen bench, really kind of demarcates that as the area for cooking and food prep. So it, to me, sort of feels a bit like 4 rooms in one, but it's still very open and it's a nice space to entertain in. The latest things that I've bought are the 2 plastic chairs. I actually just bought in Bangkok from a vintage store. I didn't know what they were or who they were by when I found them, but I saw the kind of the marking or the label on them and Googled them and instantly recognised the shape and found out that they were by a French designer called Pierre Poulin, and according to the manufacturer, who is still making furniture now, they're from 1964. So kind of found out how much they were and was pretty excited that they were about 1/10 of the price of what you would see on a normal auction site. There's bits and pieces in here. A lot of it I guess I've bought since I came to Hong Kong in the last 12 years. In fact, there's 2 cabinets that we brought back from Japan. They're both quite small pieces. One's in the bedroom and one's in the bathroom. And yeah, I don't know, they're not particularly valuable, it's just sentimental. I had a really lovely little apartment in Tokyo that had tatami floors and it was just really charming, and so those 2 pieces remind me of being there, and they've been from Japan to Australia now to Hong Kong, which is not very carbon neutral, but it's nice to have them there. It sort of reminds me of an earlier time. The dining table, that's actually a Milo Boffman piece. I think that's how his name is pronounced, what they call a Parsons design. It's just equal dimensions, scale, proportion of the legs and the top. It's quite a universal design. But I love the wood, and yeah, it's a vintage piece. It can shrink down to seat 4 or 8 people. So I think this is the first time I've actually had it permanently open to seat 8 people, which is great. It was 4 in my last apartment. I have a bit of a sense, I suppose, for what things are worth. So when I see something that I think is, I guess, as much of a bargain as it can be on first dibs, then yeah, I'll try and snap it up.